I will always be a chronic procrastinator. Words that I kept telling myself every day with full seriousness. Naturally, I kept acting like one. I kept procrastinating as if it was a chronic, long term thing that will stick with me till I turn gray and old. Why? Because that was the one thought that rattled in my mind all the time. Did that opening phrase shock you? Wait, I don't want you to answer that. Instead, I want you to answer these three questions. Are you ready? Question one. Do you still have goals you want to achieve? Yes or no? Try to think of one. Question two. Are there any challenges or barriers caused by your own personality and habits keeping you far away from nearing that goal? Yes or no? And question three. Can you fix those habits? Or is it just who you are? I'm currently sensing many different opinions in the room right now, but let me help solidify it. Don't worry, these thoughts of unfixable problems because of who I am are actually quite common. That's why I'm here today. Let me help identify how much the habit of repetitive words can make other bad habits seem so unfixable. And of course, how to solve it with just a simple and reachable method. I'm sure many of you have heard of these words or are familiar with at least one of them. I've never been able to get up, focus, and study seriously. Or maybe I look so bad right now. Or even maybe I hate maths. I will always be terrible at it. I know, that was a lot. But they all had one thing in common, which is limiting one's ability into a container. With just the strength of words, you become a container. A container, like the one with walls and a closed lid. There is no escape. So how exactly do you get out of this cage? As common as phrases like those might be, they are actually very harmful because they play a big role of hindering you in the process of trying to fix a habit. But before fixing that habit, you have to first understand the root of the problem itself. Why do these words come out of our mouths in the first place? Well, according to an article written by Maura Aaronsmel, an author who has written award-winning books, suggested how we often project our own insecurities through stating them out in the open. We do this because it stems from many factors, mainly being the natural instincts of our brain. We naturally want to protect ourselves from the dangers of our mistakes, right? We do this by scolding ourselves, making ourselves aware of it, so we won't repeat the same mistake in the future. It might sound innocent, simple, or even trivial, but that is just the surface level before anything could go wrong. It starts to become serious when these problems and self-critics become the elephant in the room, growing bigger and more repetitive each and every waking day. Sometimes even seeping into your daily conversations. Now, I would like you all to Imagine standing in front of a mirror. Introduce yourself to a reflection. But you have to include a negative habit that you face. Then elaborate on why you have not been able to successfully change that habit for the better. I would like to demonstrate it. Hi, my name is Aila, and not only am I a young student from Regent School Bali, but I am also a chronic procrastinator. No matter how far back I try to plan to do something, or no matter how much I try to be on time to do things, I'd always postpone it. But look, I can still attain high scores because I guess I just work so well under pressure. So see, maybe procrastination is just a part of me. Did you notice something? It certainly is weird. You might already know the consequences of your own actions, or maybe the many different ways articles online would straightforwardly tell you how to fix them. But in the end, these problems most likely don't go away. Instead, they start seeping into your daily conversations. And instead, you say, please don't expect much from me. That's just how I am. Psychologist and self-compassion expert Dr. Kristen F. explains how our negative self-talk and your mindset is easily picked up by other people. Yes, words can start to taint other people's perspective of you. And the one who's truly in danger is you yourself. You may feel worried and then explicitly state how you are certain you feel like you're going to fail in doing a task. When others hear that, to others, they will remember it and even put low expectations on you. Applying it to your brain as well, it stores the memory of you believing in those words, or even interprets how others treat you as a clue, giving evidence supporting how your problem might actually be real. This problem can grow. It can grow into the biggest thing. Let's call this behavior as a container behavior. A container may wonder why their annoying and frustrating habits just won't go away. They understand what the consequences of their actions are. They understand what they would have to face in the long run. And they know what methods to search for to fix it. But nothing pushed the container to actually initiate the process of getting rid of it. Nothing pushed the container to separate who they are from their own problem. Containers, this turns you into the peak of the problem. This container behavior makes you the hardest thing to get away from, as you make that bad habit as if a part of your identity. You know you shouldn't say these words, but slowly your body starts to believe it too. That's why you have to fix this problem. Well then, do you remember the questions I asked you in the beginning of our talk? Let's rewind back then, shall we? I will now ask those questions once again. Question 1. Do you still have goals you want to achieve? Question 2. are there any challenges or barriers caused by your own personality and habits? And the last and final question, can you fix them? Or is it just who you are? The reality of that final answer solely depends on you. Your bad habits don't start to get fixed when others tell you to. Your problems don't stop even when the whole world could be pointing out the consequences for you. And your addictions certainly do not stop when others tell you to. That's why, to end my speech, I would like to introduce myself once more. Hi everyone, my name is Aila, and I am working on my procrastination because it is not a part of me. Thank you.